You make yourself sound dramatic. You make yourself sound like you care. Even the idiots who could be born without legs, you go on the air and you act like you worked for the government. And you act like you got your legs blown off. Quite the contrary. We're not paying for your houses either. Just because you think that your shit comes out smelling like a rose. You got 150 million, you got 130 million people who are homeless. We're not fucking paying for your house. While the whole country can't even pay for their own houses. Contrary to what you may think, your elections are based on corruption. Does not matter what kind of, doesn't matter what you say as a reporter, being a reporter. The way you want to convince everyone to get out and vote, get out and vote, get out and vote. No, I'm not going to go out and vote so I can make myself angry because some fucking Indian who's half black and half Indian wants to laugh her ass into office while she's trying to assassinate Donald. And I'm saying it publicly. While Kamala is trying to assassinate Donald. And I will say it a third time. While Warren, Pamela Warren with a P, who changed her name to Kamala Harris, is trying to assassinate Donald. She is trying to assassinate him while laughing her ass into office. Because that's what she wants to do. Now, if you remember 5 months ago, if you have any memory of it, Fox News actually admitted the politicians came out with a law that they found that's legal to whack your opponent. Go find it. With me. It's there. Now all of a sudden Donald is getting all of a sudden politicians want Donald assassinated? Come on. So now you got all these people that are going on air. Vote, 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 vote. No. I'm not gonna vote and get myself angry because Kamala wants 500 grand a year. You give or take 500 grand a year because the president gets 300 grand a year. Go through all the money laundering and through all the campaign money that they do with money laundering with. Why do you think Ted Cruz is going on his 5th term? Because he's laundering his money and he's conning everyone in Texas to get him back into office. Please, they're all doing money laundering. Why do you think Kamala's doing money laundering? Why do you think she's going for president? So she can get her 300 grand a year and then get her money laundering going so she can come out being worth $70 million. I know the way the game works. That's why I'm a proud non-voter. Contrary to what they want you to think, I would love to do an interview on Fox News. But get your hand off the bleep button. And don't tell me to shut up when I say certain things. Because that's not free speech when you are telling everyone to shut up because you don't want the truth coming in. I advocate Alex Jones. The man tells the truth. Even though I'm not an advocate and I strongly disagree when they say that Putin is corrupt. Putin is not corrupt. Going on to 4. Because quite the contrary, Putin is not corrupt. Putin is aiding the good Ukrainian people to go back to Russia. Isn't that kind of funny? That Fox News itself is trying to convince everyone that Putin is taking over. He's not taking over. He's aiding the Ukraine to come back because Russia has a democracy. Isn't it kind of funny that Crimea went back home? Oh, and by the way, now that just went through my mind, thank you, heaven. Those people, I just slipped my mind again. That predator I'll get it again. They're trying to convince everyone that that Putin is corrupt. Putin is not corrupt. He's trying to get the Ukraine back to Russia. Okay? Kind of funny that Crimea went back celebrating. Fox News does not want to admit that Putin's the good guy because he's one of the last few politicians who still has his head screwed on right. Give him some of your time. You'll find out what the truth about him really is. He's a good guy. So don't take everything that the U.S. media says seriously. I'm going through my mind and trying to do a data recap to remember the name of that predator over at that other media outlet. I'll probably have to wind up interrupting my own sentences when it comes to in my mind, so if I say something random, you'll know why. uh, the media has gone so corrupt lately. It's become so corrupt. I don't take anything that the US media says seriously, not even the election shit. Because all they're doing is over dramatizing it. They want to make it sound convincing. They want to make it sound your democracy, your vote. It is not your vote. It is not your democracy. Because when Kamala gets her own way, if she does get her own way, on November the 5th, which, by the way, to every European, happy Guy Fawkes Day. And yes, I do it. I'd say it. I am going to say it again like I did in the past. I encourage the bombing of DC. Happy Guy Fawkes Day to the Europeans. All the way from England down to Australia and New Zealand. I'm not going to be celebrating voting on November the 5th. I'm going to be celebrating Guy Fawkes Day. The real Guy Fawkes Day. Not the one that the US media is trying to convince you. It's the real one, where Guy Fawkes immigrated from Italy to London, England, found out that the government was corrupt in the past, 500 years ago, put 5 tons worth of gunpowder underneath the parliament when, past tense, it was corrupt, and blew the whole place up. That's when every European, all the way from England down to Australia and New Zealand, celebrates the disconnection and the destroying of the corrupt government and reformed and formed a new progressive one. The Young Turks, that's the name of the media outlet. That predator guy who condones bestiality and sexual rape and molestation of people. That's the guy. The Young Turks. He condones bestiality, raping animals, and raping people. He loves advertising hatred. He's a mentally unstable sex offender media reporter. That is the guy I was trying to think of. I have no problem with saying that publicly. Going on to part 5. He is a sex offender. Literally. And he advertises it. Why do I know? Because I saw it one time when he was debating with Alex Jones one time. And he got turned on by the sick thought. So Alex decided to do coverage on it, and the guy dared him to show up to his studio. So what did Alex do? He took him up on his offer, and the guy flipped out because Alex unmasked the bastard. So I just wanted to add that while my mind is on it. Putin is not the bad guy. Putin is the good guy. He is one of the last good leaders with his head screwed on, right? You just got to give him time to prove it. You have to offer him time to prove it. Okay? Uh, you put him here in the US, you'll get some things done. The media doesn't give a shit because they want to slander him. They want to act like he's a psychopath and all that other shit. He's not a psychopath. Okay? U.S. politicians don't give a shit about what goes on in this country. They just want their income. They want everyone on their side. They want to give the fake outcome. That's why the U.S. is trying to convert over to the Bitcoin, which is easy to steal, contrary to what they want to convince you. So if you're submitting to the government, converting your income to the Bitcoin, that means they can gain total control. That's why they call it totalitarianism. And I guarantee fucking to you, if you're going to submit to Kamala being in office, you can kiss your country goodbye. Now, this is going to be weird coming from me. I would rather salvage 300 million people. Okay, the 25% who are good and the other who are assholes. I would rather whack Kamala, Biden, and Obama and every corrupt politician going through Hitler. Because those people, yes, there are a lot of mentally unstable people here in the U.S. It's going to take someone of an edge to do it, to make this country progressive. Donald is getting sort of 50-50. They care more about slogans. Fox News cares more about slogans than they care about what's really going to go on. Because everything going on right now in the media is becoming nothing but a slogan. It's becoming nothing but a big speech without action. They care more about TV time. Now, before I lose my thought here, I'm just going to say it. Okay, a lot of people are commenting and complimenting Sandra Smith. All she really is a bleached blonde mask with mascara on. She may look hot on screen, but underneath all of that, makeup artist, she could give shit less about this country because she's got her $9 million a year contract that's guaranteed. That's why the media goes and does what they do, because they know that their income is guaranteed. They don't give a shit. They really, quite frankly, don't give a shit about what goes on. They just want to do their segment and they want to overly, your democracy, your vote. It's not your vote. It's the voter fraud that she's going to be doing to get her own way. Meaning Kamala. I've seen enough shit within this past 24 years, 23, either way you go, to know what really goes on. Because a funny thought, okay, Mr. Tyrus. Oh, I can't wait to vote in November. Mr. Tyrus, let me give you a little piece of advice. Shut up. If you're gonna say something, mean it. I don't have a problem with going into office and taking out the whole entire Constitution. Your word don't mean shit. Because all it is a script. I don't need a fucking election to take Kamala out of office. I don't need a fucking election to take Biden out of office. Like my mother says, all you need to do is put a bullet in between both their eyes and end the presidency. Because that also ends voter fraud. Because quite the contrary, Mr. Tyrus, I'm not going to sit in my ass and play a psychological warfare with your fake words. I actually advocate the assassination of Kamala and Biden and Obama. Because quite the contrary, I don't give a shit who's the first woman in office. I don't give a shit who's the first black nigger in office. Unless you're Nelson Mandela, who wants everyone to come together. But that's no here or there. I would rather have an Aborigine from Australia coming over here. Why? because they got more common sense in one strand of their hair about Mother Earth and about life than the whole entire area of DC put together in their whole entire body. The Aborigines have been here longer than the U.S. has been here. I would rather have a Native American Indian coming up. I would rather have a European coming over here. Not counting the liberal minority. I would rather have a European coming over here to fix things. So that is the up-to-date stuff. I encourage everyone to pirate these updates. And like I said before, they're starting to censor me. I'm going to put all these MP3s on my website. It's free-based. I want you to listen to them. If you can't meet me over here, meet me over there. So that is YouTube, Rumble, TikTok, Film Update for politics and social media for September 13th, 2024. I'll see you guys later.